This conference will now be recorded.
Hey guys, this is Naveen here. Welcome back to Naveen Automation Labs. So, one more wait is there. That is the most important wait. This is called wait until method. So, let's see the API first. So, I simply go to wait until and you wait until method is available inside the browser section, not with the element. So, it's saying nothing to see here. The original implementation is in the browser. So, that's why you have to go to the browser section over here, wait until, and you have to use wait until with browser. So how to do that? It's saying the wait command is your universal weapon. This is just like your explicitly wait in Selenium. If you want to wait for on something, it expects a condition. You can put a condition over here, just like we have expected condition in Selenium with Java, presence of element or visibility of element or something like this. Although those methods are not directly available, but we can put a condition over here. I'll show you how to do that and wait until that condition is fulfilled with a true value. Okay, with a true value. If you use a WDIO test running the commands within the condition are getting executed synchronously like in your test. So I'll show you what I mean by this. Some example like is to wait until a certain element contains a certain text. So this is one of the simple examples they have given over here. You can, this is a syntax browser.wait until, and then you have to write the callback function internally over here like this. And you have to create a locator like this. It should be equal to, now let's see, I'm not different. If it is equal to I'm not different, maximum timeout we have given 5000 milliseconds. If the element is found within 5 seconds, perfectly fine. If element is found, let's say within 2 seconds, so rest of the 3 seconds will be ignored. So this wait is so dynamic in nature, just like we have explicitly wait. If the element is not found after 5 seconds, then it will give you error with this particular message that expected text to be different after 5 seconds, like that. Okay, so this is a custom message that you can display over here. And what if you don't provide the custom message, then it will give you its own predefined message over there if element is not found within the given range. So let's see how to use that. First scenario is, we will take two scenarios. The moment you launch this particular application, guys, the problem with this application is that this login button actually, oh sorry, this login form, sometimes it's coming after 5 seconds or 6 seconds, and then user has to enter something, username and the password over here. So when I launch this particular application, I have to wait explicitly with the help of wait until method that, okay, hey, wait until this element is displayed or not on the page, right? And when we log in into the application, so we log in, it's taking around 2 to 3 seconds to display the sales dashboard header. This is a header, right? So we are going to wait for sales dashboard header also, that okay, this sales dashboard header is available on the page or not. So let's see how to do this. So for doing this, I'm not creating any page class. I'm directly creating a test over here. Right click on it, go to new file. And this is my wait until dot test dot JS I'll be writing. And I quickly write that describe wait until sync for the elements, whatever you want to write. Okay, bracket, comma, function, like this. Now I'll be creating my first id block, and I'll simply write that wait for login page. Let's see, wait for home page, and then I'll be writing function like this. And then quickly I'll launch my URL, browser.url, and the URL is this. So I'll just log out first, and this is my URL. And then what I'm going to do, I simply create constant email is equal to, with a dollar, I'll be creating quickly hash the username, right? So email ID, password. So I'll be creating a locator for the web element, okay, for these three web elements, username, password, and login, and they are having their ID. So this is hash we have to use, and hash password. And this is my login button, and I quickly inspect this guy. This ID is login BTN. Okay, login BTN with hash, and this is username. Okay, no spelling mistake with hash. All these IDs are available. Perfect. Now, what I'm going to do, I have to wait because the moment you launch this particular application, now let's launch it, and then you will see the behavior. So let me clear the console, and instead of wait for this, we will be writing wait until.test.js. And now you see the moment we launch the browser, see guys, it's take, okay, let me show you with browser.pause for 3 seconds. See, the moment we launch the browser, it's taking around 5 seconds to display the login page, right? So that's why login page is not available. This username, password fields are not available immediately. It's coming after 5 seconds or 6 seconds. So we have to wait explicitly for this particular email. If you don't wait, let's see, if I directly write email, now see, email dot set value, I'll directly write. I'll tell you the problem. What is the problem here? Let's say I'm writing set value is naveen@gmail.com, right? And you remove this guy. Now let's run it again. You see that, okay, element is not visible, is still not visible, like that. And then after that, okay, it's showing, after that it's entering the value. But what we have to do, by default it's waiting for some time. By default, according to Selenium, there is a timeout is already there. It's going to wait for this particular element. But what if still element is not available and we have to provide our own custom wait? So that's why we have to write WebDriver wait over here in terms of wait until. So what we have to do, instead of this, what I'm going to do first I'll be using something like this, browser dot wait until method is there. So browser wait until, and we will write one callback function once again like this. Okay, and here what we have to do, we have to write a condition over here that return whatever this email field dot is displayed or not. Okay, is equal to, it means this condition should be satisfied or not. If it is equal to satisfied, and what is the timeout that you want to give? So I want to give, let's see, 6000 milliseconds. And if element is not found within 6 seconds, then what do you want? If element is not found within 6 seconds, I simply write email is not displayed after the given time. Okay, email is not displayed after the given time, like that. And yeah, like this I'll be using it. So these two parameters also, guys, you can pass, and this is the optional parameter. It's not compulsory to pass it like this, but once this condition is satisfied within this particular 6 seconds, then only, okay, you can click on this particular element. So what I'm going to do now, we are going to wait for this particular element is equal to displayed is equal to 2 or not, and once it is displayed after 6 seconds or within 6 seconds, then I'm going to use the set value over here. Let's see, set value, and I'm passing whatever the value is there. So it's, I just need to copy this guy, this, okay, and then I'm going to use a password also. So by the time password is also available, so I'm not going to write wait until for password, because if email is displayed, so obviously password also will be displayed. And then I'm writing my password is test@1234, and then I'm going to click on the button. So login button dot click I'll be using like this, right? So login button dot click. Now let's see it's working or not, and are we able to log in into the application? I simply write my browser dot pause for 3 seconds so that you can see over here. Now let's run it and let's see. See, it's waiting for the element to be displayed. For this, the moment element is displayed, it will enter. my username and login successfully over here. So that's why guys, it's waiting actually over here, and you can see the terminal console, it's perfectly working fine, and you can see it will keep waiting with all these logs. And the moment we find that, okay, yeah, this is true, element is displayed is true, and then it will enter the value as Naveen animation 30 gmail.com. So it will keep waiting over here like this. So you can see that this is a waiting section, right? So like this. Now, after that, what we have to do, remove this guy. And once we log in, right? See, again, the moment I click on login, it's again around 3 to 4 seconds it's taking to display the sales dashboard over here, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to create one locator for this private page title. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to create one locator over here. So constant, let's see, this is my locator is header and dollar bracket. Okay, and this is the h1 dot class I can use it. So I simply write, let's see, uh, h1 dot class name. So this is the locator I can use at the CSS selector, h1 dot class name. And then again, I'll put browser dot wait until, the same thing I'll be using for the header. And this time header, I simply say that header dot get text, it should be equal to, now see the another example, it should be equal to what? It should be equal to sales, whatever the header text is available, sales dashboard. So I'm using header dot get text, it should be equal to sales dashboard, right? And then I'm going to wait for 6 seconds, and I'm simply saying that, okay, header text, I simply write, let's see, header is not displayed after the given time. And once the header is displayed, then only I'll take the header dot get text method I'll be using, right? Get the text, and then I simply print it inside the console. So console.log and header.getText, I'll just simply print it on the console. Okay. Okay. And then I'll put one assertion over here, that assert dot once again assert dot equal, right? And what exactly the actual value? My actual value is this. This is the sales dashboard. I mean, this is what I'm expecting, right? Comma, and sales dashboard I'll be writing in single quotes, comma. And what exactly the header dot get text I'll be capturing over here like this, right? So I'll print it and then I'll compare it with my assert. And then just to showcase you guys, I simply write browser.pause, browser.pause, come on, sorry, browser.pause for 3 seconds, like that, right? So this is the simple code. I'll repeat. First, 3 locators, email ID, password, login button, waiting for that particular email field to be displayed on the page, and then only I'll be performing set value. Then only I'll enter the email field and then entering the password and clicking on login button. I'm not going to wait for password and login, because by the time email is visible, obviously password and login also will be visible. And then after clicking on login, I'm not using any browser.sleep or any static wait, just like thread.sleep in Java. I'm not using it, and simple header I'm creating, the locator. And then for this particular locator, I'm putting one condition over here like this: header.getText should be equal to sales dashboard. Within 6 seconds, it should be visible. Otherwise, it should give you this particular message. And then get the text and then compare with assert. And then just to showcase you guys that, okay, it's landing on the home page, waiting for 3 seconds over here. And later on, we will remove it. So let's run it and let's see if it's working or not. Okay, see, it's waiting for 6 seconds. Perfect. Element is visible. Entering the username password. Waiting for sales dashboard to be displayed. Perfect. and sales dashboard is displayed and test case got passed, absolutely working fine. You can see that. Wait for home page. One test case got passed, and whatever that we are printing, right, sales dashboard text, you can see that header.getText is getting printed over here, right? So it's absolutely working fine. You can see sales dashboard working here. Now what I'll do, let's see, I'll just change the time. I say that, okay, if email is not visible equal to true within 6 seconds, so I'll just minimize the time to, let's say, 2 seconds. So let's say it's working or not. It means maximum timeout we have given 2 seconds, but element is coming after 6 seconds. So immediately it will be failed. You can see that element is not displayed after the given time. So this is such a good thing over here. Just like explicitly wait in Java and Selenium, same thing over here. You can increase the timeout. Tomorrow, let's say it's the login page is coming after 10 seconds. So you can increase to 20 seconds or 15 seconds like that, or 10 seconds also. But I observed that, okay, most of the time for this application is taking around 6 seconds to display the login page. So that's why I have given a safer side 6 seconds. And the element is visible within 2 seconds. The rest of the 4 seconds will be ignored totally. Same thing you can apply for the specific text also. Same thing you can apply for the title also. If the title is visible, then only you perform next action like that. So this method is very useful, guys. Now let's remove this browser dot pause, and then let's run it again. Perfect, right? So this method is important, guys. Wait until method. Please practice and be used to with this particular method, this kind of syntax. It will help you a lot. So thanks for watching this video. That's all for this video, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.